Hello boys, I hope you're all having a beautiful day. Today we are going to learn something very special together. The last couple of weeks we spoke about doing chesed, being kind, looking for ways to help people, seeing how we can make people happy. It's very important that we do things to make the people around us happy. Hashem wants everyone to be happy. This week we're going to talk about a special mitzvah, and that is not hurting people with our words, with our mouths. Our mouths are very, very precious. Hashem gave us the most amazing present when He gave us our mouths. We use our mouths to eat, but before we eat, we need to say a bracha. Very good. We use our mouths to say kind words to people. And we use our mouths, most important, to speak to Hashem. When we daven, when we say brachas, even if we say our own words to Hashem, in whatever language we like to speak in. When we speak to Hashem, we are so lucky that we can. So if we then use our mouth to say ugly words, unkind words, that makes our mouth a bit dirty. And then we're going to use our dirty mouth to speak to the King, to speak to Hashem with a dirty mouth. No, we don't want that. That's something we need to try very hard, and we need to practice a lot and a lot to make sure that that doesn't happen. So there are mitzvahs to do with our mouths, with the words that we say, and we need to learn them and we need to practice them. Now, there was one rabbi who was very, very careful about the words that he said and the words that he listened to. He didn't ever want to say anything unkind, anything that wasn't true, and he did not want to hear anybody say anything that was unkind. His name was Rabbi Yisrael Meir Kagan, and he wrote a book about the halachas of what we say and what we can say and what we can't say. And that book, he called that book Chofetz Chaim. And this is a picture of him and his Sefer. And people now call him the Chofetz Chaim because of his book. And in the book, he taught lots and lots of halachas, all the halachas. He wrote lots of books as well, but he taught all the halachas of being careful with the words that we say. That mitzvah is called Shemiras Halashon. Shemiras Halashon means guarding your tongue. You might remember in the last few weeks in Parsha, we learned about the Aveira of Lashon Hara. Remember? I know you do remember. Speaking Lashon Hara about Moshe Rabbeinu, speaking Lashon Hara about Eretz Yisrael, and the terrible punishments that happened because of that. We need to guard our tongue. I hope you also remember that I told you that Hashem gave us two strong soldiers who guard our tongue. The first soldier is our lips. The second soldier is our teeth. Our teeth and our lips protect us. They are there to remind us not to speak Lashon Hara. It is also very important not to listen to Lashon Hara. If somebody tells me Lashon Hara and I listen to them, and then I believe them, that is as bad as speaking Lashon Hara. I've become part of the Lashon Hara Aveira, and I don't want to. So Hashem gave us earlobes and fingers so that we can close our ears because we do not want to hear Lashon Hara. Morah told such a beautiful story that she put on Google Classroom about Lashon Hara. You can all watch it as well. Anytime I go to someone and I say to them, oh, did you see that Shlomi, he kicked the soccer ball 5 times and he didn't get a single goal. I think he's terrible at soccer. Or I say, did you hear what Esty did? She was so silly. Or you tell your mommy, it wasn't me who broke the glass, it was him, he did it. Now, it might be true that Shlomi is bad at soccer, and that Esty did something silly and that he broke the glass, it might be true. Then it's Lashon Hara. That means it's Lashon Hara because I'm saying something bad about somebody else. If it's not true, then it's unkind words and it's a sheker, it's a lie. That's a different avera. It's even more not nice than Lashon Hara. So we must never ever make up stories about other people. We can never say, I know he did it on purpose. We don't know anything. We don't know anything. If we do see somebody do something bad, we need to be don lakaf suchus, which means we need to think, I'm sure there's a good reason for it. Maybe they forgot that it's an avera. Maybe their mom told them they have to do something and they're listening to their mom. Maybe we don't know the whole story. Maybe we didn't see that as soon as they did it, they turned around and they said, oh no, I'm sorry, I did something wrong. We never know the whole story. We have to be don lakaf suchus, which means to judge someone in a good way. We need to think of a good story, why what they did was not bad. If somebody tells us, did you hear what she did? We need to say to them, that's Lashon Hara, I don't want to hear it. And then we need to think to ourselves, I'm sure they had a good reason for doing that, because we don't want to think badly about anyone. We can also stop and think to ourselves, what if somebody said to my friend that same story about me? How would I feel? Everybody makes mistakes. We know that. What if I made a mistake and I did something naughty and now everybody is talking about that naughty thing that I did? I wouldn't want that. I would be so embarrassed if people were talking about me. What if I was playing soccer and I didn't get a single goal? I would be sad. And then if everyone is talking about me, I would be sad and embarrassed. It would not be nice at all. And Hashem loves all of his children. Hashem does not want us talking about other people. If we don't have anything nice to say, we must not say anything at all. It is very hard to be careful with our words. Sometimes we see someone do something silly and we straight away want to just go tell everyone because it was so funny and it makes us laugh. We need to remember, But the only way we will get good at not speaking unkind words, at Shemiras Halashon, guarding our tongue and not speaking Lashon Hara, is to practice, 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 practice. We have to practice. And if we make a mistake and we speak Lashon Hara, we must say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, that was Lashon Hara. And then next time, we'll try again. And we'll try harder, and we'll try harder, and we'll try again and again. I want to teach you a beautiful song about Lashon Hara. I'm going to read it a little bit because I don't know it so well. But when I saw the song, I loved it so much that I wanted to share it with you. This is how the song goes. We try so hard to use our mouths in the proper way. From hurtful words, Lashon Hara, we'll stay far away. Learning from the Chofetz Chaim what our words can do. How would you feel if others spoke badly about you? Guard your tongue all day, that's the friendship way. Even if you're joking, be careful what you say. Guard your tongue all day, many friends you'll gain. We never want our words to cause embarrassment or pain. Always be careful when you say what's in your heart. Learning how to guard your tongue is the way to start. When you hear something bad, find a quick way out. Don't believe it. Try to give the benefit of the doubt. Guard your tongue all day, that's the friendship way. Even if you're joking, be careful what you say. Guard your tongue all day, many friends you'll gain. We never want our words to hurt, to cause embarrassment or pain. We never want our words to cause embarrassment or pain. the Chofetz Chaim was so careful to never ever say Lashon Hara that he was once on a horse and cart, because in those days there were no cars, and he didn't have his own horse and cart. He was in almost like a taxi horse and cart, or maybe it was like a bus horse and cart that was giving lots of people a lift from one town to the next town. And the Chofetz Chaim was on this cart, and he was sitting there learning Torah, and he suddenly heard two Jewish men next to him, and they were talking Lashon Hara. And he said to them, "Please don't speak Lashon Hara. These are very unkind words. We're not allowed to say this. Hashem doesn't let us." Now these men, they were not very kind men, and they said, "We're not talking about you. We're not talking to you. Leave us alone. It's got nothing to do with you." And he said to them, "It has got to do with me. I don't even want to hear these bad words, and it's not good for you to speak these bad words." And they said, "We don't care if you like it or if you don't like it. You just leave us alone." And they carried on talking Lashon Hara. He tried again to get them to stop, and they did not want to listen. And do you know what he did? He called to the wagon driver. He said, "Please stop over here." And the wagon driver said, "Over here? We're in the middle of nowhere. Why do you want to stop over here?" And the Chofetz Chaim said, "No, I need to get out." The wagon driver said, "Wow, where are you going to? There's nothing around here." The Chofetz Chaim said, "No, there's nothing around here at all, but I don't want to be on a wagon where there are people who are speaking Lashon Hara." And he got off the wagon and he walked the rest of the way. And those two men, then they realized how serious the Chofetz Chaim was. We're not allowed to speak Lashon Hara. We're not allowed to hear Lashon Hara. And we need to keep practicing and practicing and practicing. In the next video that I send you about Lashon Hara, I'm going to teach you about when there are times when we have to say what might feel like Lashon Hara, but it's not called Lashon Hara. It might be bad words about someone, but we have to say it. That is for the next video. In the meantime, cheers, boys. See you soon. Have fun.